Alright, again, first impressions video. Now, for those of you who have never seen a video of mine like this before, I'll briefly explain. I haven't cracked open Blast Attak since I've gotten him. I've had him for 3 days now. I can't believe that I was able to wait so long before taking a look at him, but I actually did it. Waited for some sunshine, and I'm glad I did it because I'm sure that this video is going to come out a lot better than it would have if I would have done it before. So, first impressions video, meaning, alright, I've not looked at it with my own eyes. I've not seen it in person before until now. You're going to see me and hear me seeing it in person for the very first time. You're going to get my first reactions. I'm going to open the thing. I'm going to fiddle with it a little bit, give you my first thoughts on him. Now, this one, if I were to say that I was looking forward to this, it would be a huge understatement. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh man. If I wasn't really in the mood to do this video before, I sure am in the mood to do it now. Oh, I knew this would happen. I hoped this would happen. Oh man, yeah, I really was not in the mood to shoot a video right now, but oh man, I've completely changed. He's plastic magic. Oh, the gold, the dark gray, the light blue of his flesh on his face. Oh damn. Man, is he nice. He's oh yeah, even the photo, the little biopic of Blast Attak, taken directly from the vintage 1987 figure artwork. It's fantastic. Fantastic Earl McCarthy artwork. Oh man. And this is pretty neat too. That's kind of cool. The co-cell art, it looks like they've the photographer posed the figure in a really close to the pose that the original co-cell painting did too. It's pretty neat. Damn is he nice. Evil Blast Apart robot. Oh man, okay, let's get this open. Okay, get this out of here. Let's declutter my life here. Alright, as you can see, I've changed locations. It was just so beautiful here in the toy room. The sunshine was really beaming through, and I thought, man, I'm just gonna shoot it right here. Shoot the video right here, completely unplanned, completely spur of the moment. This is how I open my figures. If you have not seen a video like this before, see the way I'm cutting there? That's not smart. Should not be cutting that way. I was a little too excited here. Excited to get this guy out. Plastic prison. Alright. Pull out. I wanted to touch on the fact, I really like that Mattel put the Snake Men sticker on his bubble like that. I'm really surprised they did. Because it's really the whole Blast Attak's background is pretty interesting. Because of the time that he came out in 1987, he was lumped in with, he was grouped in with the Snake Men, possibly because of the time that he was released. there were two other Snake Men debuting that at that very time too, and they were new sculpt figures. They were 100% new sculpt figures, just like Blast Attack. Of course, I'm talking about Squeeze and Snakeface, of course. That he kind of got lumped in with the Snake Men, and I kind of like that. It gives the Snake Men display. If you choose to display Blast Attack, oh frig, is he amazing. If you decide to pose him or display him with your Snake Men, I was thinking about this. Blast Attack really, if you do that, one of the benefits is that Blast Attack will add a really nice, what's the word? A really nice change. It'll diversity. It'll add some really nice diversity to your Snake Men display, I find, because he's just so unlike the other Snake Men. But he'll blend in really well. I think the dark green of his boots and gloves will help that really well. Boots and gloves. Of course, they're not boots and gloves really, but it's one of the things I wanted to remember to talk about is that when I first saw the Blast Attacks, you know, the original photos that were shown of the original sculpture by the Four Horsemen, I was really taken by the boots or the feet. I'm not going to call them boots because they're not boots. They're feet. They're robotic feet. You know, there's not meant to be a living creature's foot under these. These are actual robotic boots. Robotic feet. See? Anyway, my point is that what I really like about them is they don't really look like like there's a foot underneath. They like the proportions of them, really, to me, they really look like they're meant to function like a foot, but they're a robotic. They're a robotic foot. Anyway, let's see here. He stands very easily, very easily. Okay, let's get rid of this clutter here as well. I'm trying to get him a little more forward. Oh yeah, really easy. You know, and I've said for a long time I've said that the sign of a really great figure is that you open it up and you take it out of the packaging, you plop it down, and you have to do very little to get it to look great. I've had figures that are kind of lackluster, and you know, you fiddle with them. You're trying to get them into a pose where it grabs you, where you're starting to feel it. But it you know, sometimes it doesn't work because it's not a really great figure. But this one, man, this is just like that. Like you've seen, I've hardly done anything with him. I've hardly posed him at all, and he just looks fantastically amazing. Oh man, I love this. I don't own a vintage Blast Attack, but I remember clear as day all of the sculpted flathead screwdriver heads, flathead screws heads, kind of. And you could see this one right here at my thumbs, right in the back of his cranium. You got one sculpted there. One of the it's a little bit of a shame that the Four Horsemen could not sculpt new arms and especially new hands for him, but I can live with that. The Roboto arms and hands, they work really well. The legs. The legs, boy, I can tell you from memory that the legs look almost detail for detail just like the vintage Blast Attack's legs did. This piston on his thigh, this kind of linking hose kind of stuff going on, the knee pads, with the circular part right at the knee. These bolts that are right at his calves like that. I remember that. I remember that just like it was yesterday. Oh man, the detail going down the front of his calf all the way down to his to the. Now I guess I shouldn't have went on that whole thing about me boots and feet kind of thing, but anyway. Shit. Yeah, I love this. Man, this figure is just damn awesome. Yeah, like I said earlier, like, aside from the arms, like, that couldn't have been helped because budget reasons. I get it, you know. For you got to consider the money that was spent tooling up this figure. Like these legs are spot on the 1987 figure with the added articulation. It's amazing. The torso covering, the waist, the head, spot on vintage toy, you know, spot on, just like the vintage toy. Damn, and his face, I haven't even covered his face. It's just so nice. It's just so Blast Attack. With these, I always liked this, these kind of things here at the top of the helmet. They always gave me the vibe of, they're kind of like goggles, but they're not. It's pretty neat. The dead red eyes, the sharp teeth. Teeth are even painted this time around. Vintage toy didn't have the painted teeth, I don't think. Man, you know what else is really nice? The helmet. The black, the base of the helmet is more of a matte black, while the details of it appear, it's weird. To my eye, I would almost swear that it seems like the details are painted more of a gloss black. It could be an optical illusion, I'm not sure. Again, they even have the little port where the plug for the vintage toy would connect into, and they even have like a seam line going right down his back, right down his torso. Yeah, the seam line is right in the front too. Right down the front, down the waist piece. For those of you who are wondering, who aren't familiar with the vintage toy, you'll notice the seam line doesn't go through his neck, and that's for good reason, because the vintage toy didn't have that either. The vintage toy, it was the seam went from there at the neck right around here, around the neck. One other thing I want to talk about before this video gets too long. I'm going to take this last accessory out of the bubble here. I wanted to touch on this. Something that bothers me about what the fandom right now has been talking about with Blast Attack. And I dislike it so much that I wasn't even sure if I was going to talk about it myself, but I feel like I should. I was pretty disappointed by the amount of Masters fans, of Motu fans, who were going on and on about the controversial nature of Blast Attack and his gimmick. I think that is just, I'm going to say, I think that is just rubbish. You know, Blast Attack, or Masters of the Universe, the fantasy world of Masters of the Universe, is innocent. It has an innocence about it. Taking a Masters of the Universe character, any character, in this case it was Blast Attack, he gets lumped in with, he gets this bad stigma going on about him because some people like to think of him as a controversial character because of his old toy gimmick. Like I said, that's complete That's complete hogwash. This is innocence. This has nothing to do with the stupidity of some people in the world, you know? Has nothing to do with that. Okay, rant over. All right, so Blast Attak, he's absolutely... You know, this is a figure that makes it worth getting 2 subscriptions for. Absolutely. Now, this is the figure you get 2 subs for. Or definitely a figure that you order day of sale too. Even if you have one from subscription, you order another one. Because he's just that amazing. This is really cool too. the nice plunger. Vintage toy. This was the way you activated him. You held it like this, pushed this down with your thumb, and then what would happen is it looks a lot like this. The vintage plug looks a lot like this. Of course, here it's been made to look more like a trident tip, but on the vintage toy, these 2 prongs held it in place in the figure's back, and this center prong would jut outwards, pushing the lever inside the figure's body, causing the figure to crack in half. Just, you know. Okay, another thing I want to say about Blast Attak's character. In the vintage days, it was kind of, there were 2 ways of going about it. The storytellers, the writers went 2 ways about this. Or I should say, Mattel's way about it was Blast Attak. Yeah, he was like a ticking time bomb. He would blow up. However, in the Marvel Star comic books, now, those of you who are old school enough to remember the Star imprint of Marvel Comics. It was Marvel Star Comics, it was called. The Masters of the Universe comic book. Blast Attak debuted with Ninjor and Scareglow. I wish I had my Ninjor and Scareglow right here to go beside him to take a look at the way the trio looks together, but this video is long enough as it is. What was my point? Right, in that continuity, in that Marvel Star continuity, he was not a ticking time bomb. He was actually, it was written that his whole gimmick, blast apart gimmick, was he would blast in half, but it was to make one robotic warrior into 2 robotic warriors. So he would split, he would break in half, and one half of his body would fight one attacker, and the other half of his body would fight the other attackers. So he was like 2 evil warriors in one. So anyway, his techno axe, his tech axe, is, you know what? Really happy to say it's not half as soft as I feared it was going to be. Funny about that, these opinions. Every time a reviewer says that, well, a lot of times when a reviewer says that something is very soft, it's like, geez, how the hell rough do you have to be to squish this thing around? It's not soft at all. Take it from me, if you're worried about his axe being too soft, don't worry about it. It's not too soft at all. Damn. Okay. All right. Now that that's done, there's a few things I wanted to try with Blast Attak, and I've put them close by so I'd have them close by. I wanted to see what I would think about this. All right. Let's take a look at this. Something I wanted to try for a little while here. His hand is quite tight. It's quite tight in his hand. But, it does look pretty cool. I don't mind that at all. And I had this in mind too, for a little sidekick. for Blast Attack. Oh. Not bad. Alright. Hope you all enjoyed this first impressions video. Blast Attack. Take care. I'll talk to you all again in the very near future. Bye for now, guys.